players have that big regional championship win just yet. So you just know both these players want it, and they want it bad.
Cerys' first finals appearance in the Masters division, Rahul's second. Only one player can emerge victorious as we throw things down to the table and get ready for our final match. These two players want it badly. They'll take a look at the lists. They'll see what goes on as we look at their list of accomplishments. Rahul, a longtime player of the Pokemon TCG, a decade plus of experience. It is, in a way, Wancho, old school versus new school.
It is indeed old school versus new school, but again, both of these players are not new to the stream stage here. Again, both of them have already found themselves at multiple top fours at this point, even just this year. Again, Rahul was top four at the 2026 Pittsburgh Regional Championships, while Cerys was top four at Toronto and Orlando. And of course, they're adding this scene as well. Again, one of these players is going to be the Indianapolis regional champion. And Ethan, I thought this was Dragapult's world.
Yeah, we found two Dragapult counter decks, in a sense, making their way through the Traverse bracket of Dragapult EX. But it's not going to come down to Alakazam in this matchup. It may not even come down to Crustle in this matchup. This matchup is all about one special energy card, and it is that Mist Energy.
Absolutely. Mist Energy protects you from the attack of Alakazam because that is damage counters. However, that doesn't mean Cerys Jones is just sitting in the water. In fact, I feel like she might be even a little bit favored with how she's able to build her Alakazam deck. It's, again, the control Alakazam archetype. I'm sure we're going to see the cards come into play.
There's two copies of Enhanced Hammer, big to keep note of, especially in combination with something like Dedenne, which using its Sonar attack can bring back trainer cards from the discard pile, and this now becomes a resource war instead of a war of attrition.
Exactly. You can only have 4 special energy, while as long as Cerys has access to that Dedenne, she has an infinite amount of Enhanced Hammers. So, in theory, things should go her way as long as she has access to all these cards.
See these Pokemon be put into the active spot. Prize cards going out. We'll have to take note of what is available and what is not. Oh my goodness, that is not good. Not good at all for Rahul. There is an Enhanced Hammer prize for Cerys, but that's 3 growing energy gone, as well as a Mist Energy in the prizes.
Yeah, again, we have to remind folks at home, Rahul doesn't play any grass-type energy. Just these growing grass energies, the special grass energies. So there's only 1 remaining left in the deck. He's going to want to attack with the Crustle. It's going to be a little bit tough. Luckily, he has multiple ways to try and find that 1 special energy. But
here we go, Wancho. Finals time in Indianapolis. Rahul Reddy up against Cerys Jones as Cerys starts things off with that Dunsparce in the active, Pokepad to search out cards. As Rahul does not start with the Kangaskhan, probably his best starter in the deck, it's that Dwebble instead.
Ooh, yeah, again, getting those extra cards early to be able to really thin out the deck has been the name of the game for Rahul. He even plays more Kangaskhan than the Dwebble to increase the odds that he starts with it. Luckily, Ascension isn't too bad of an attack either, but something you probably don't want to use.
Here is a popular combo we see often with this deck. Turn 1 Abra in combination with the telepathic psychic energy can search Pokemon out, and immediately this small but powerful friend Dedenne makes its entrance onto the final stage.
That just shows how important this card is. Just using that telepathic energy instead of finding another Abra, instead of finding another attacker. It's this Dedenne. Again, electromagnetic sonar. Just put a trainer into your hand. Very simple, but very effective. As we move back now to Rahul, hey, he was able to fix it. Kangaskhan's now in the active.
Kangaskhan in the active, Dwebble on the bench, switch played. That is the 1 pivoting card Rahul plays in his list, so that is gone for the time being. So Kangaskhan may have to take a little bit of a nap in the active spot, just drawing Rahul some cards. We'll have to take note of that 1 Enhanced Hammer. How quickly Cerys can find that card will determine how the course of this match plays out.
Exactly. Again, we know 1 is prize. That's why there's only 1 in deck. Well, Hammer's on the other foot right now, though, as that Crushing Hammer is heads. Might as well be an Enhanced Hammer. It's an attachment to the Kangaskhan in a pass.
Yeah, and it looks like Kangaskhan may actually be the attacker in this spot. But right away, Cerys getting aggressive. Rare Candy, Alakazam, but there's nothing else going on in this hand. No way to draw cards, considering just using boss's orders to stall for a bit.
Well, Dwebble, again, is a pretty hefty Pokemon. We already saw Rahul use up the one switch card, so if Cerys needs time, this will buy her time here. But again, that Rare Candy Alakazam just on turn 2 just seems like the Cerys Jones special. But without the aggression, just gonna be a pass.
In the active spot, is there an energy card? Hilda will guarantee that, and can even use that Ascension attack at the end of the turn to thin an energy card out. Rahul playing very quickly. I'm wondering, as always, if he's aware of those 3 growing energy in the discard pile, or rather in the prizes.
I'm also curious where he's going to attach the energy. Well, it's answered right away. It is going to go to the active Crustle, because again, it's going to be tough to switch out of the active. He's just going to have to attack with whatever is in the active right now.
And look at this, buying time slowly. Another missed energy top deck. That's big. Getting these attachments down, so important in this matchup.
I like the Petrol played here as well. Petrol can find Hilda. Yes, it seems a little slow, supporter into a supporter, but that is one way to definitely guarantee that you draw that one growing grass energy, as another missed energy is played. That's absolutely huge here for Rahul. That means this Crustle should be safe. There's only one Enhanced Hammer that Cerys has access to, so he's going to have to use that one Enhanced Hammer and then use the Dedenne to get that one card back.
Confirmation of everything happening in this spot. Go ahead and check what the pause is for here.
I don't think I caught anything just yet, but of course, you know, there are sharper eyes than us.
Of course, we'll take a look and see what's going on.
Again, I guess while we're waiting, just talking about this matchup again, just to reiterate, like, the importance of that Dedenne, because, again, Alakazam by himself can't deal with the Crustles with this specific special energy. In fact, the special energy is there, possibly for almost this specific matchup. Protects Rahul also earlier from like Monkey Dory shenanigans, right?
That is true. Do play around that. I mean, in this spot specifically, it really will come down to these next few turns for Cerys. If she can top deck out of this, find some way to get it to Dunsparce into play, or a Kadabra, Alakazam to draw cards. Otherwise, Rahul will be at even more of an advantage taking prize cards because of those energies locked away. And if we pull up the location of the prize cards really quickly, you can see that there are energies towards the bottom of the prizes, meaning Rahul will take those first, which could be very relevant in this spot.
Absolutely. And honestly, even if he can't get the growing grass energies, as long as there are missed energies, like maybe even on the Kangaskhan, for example, that's still fairly safe, right?
Yeah.
But right now, with a Crustle in the active, it has to be that attacker. I like the attachment there of the handheld fan onto the Dedenne as well. Just a little bit of removal if you knock out the Dedenne.
There is the Hilda, does find the growing grass energy and the Crustle, and now Rahul will see the bad news that there are 3 of those energy in the prizes.
Ooh. Yeah, but you have to think, though, if Cerys is going to remove energy, she removes the missed energy. So, in theory, this growing grass should be safe for a while at the very least. And Rahul just takes his first prize card. Which one does he get? Well, he gets the one he possibly
Big
needs.
top deck there for Cerys, finds the Dunsparce, can now get things rolling a little bit. Here comes the chain. The Dunsparce draws into Kadabra, can use this Buddy Buddy Poffin before to get back that Dunsparce and a friend.
Maybe another Dunsparce, maybe another Abra. Again, there were so many live cards for Cerys. I mean, that's just how the Alakazam deck is built, right? There's a lot of Pokemon search, and all your Pokemon net you even more cards. All your supporters find energy or Pokemon. Even your energy draws you cards or Pokemon. Seems very synergistic, and that's why we see the power of Alakazam.
2 cards drawn off that ability from Kadabra, the Psychic Draw. There's a rare candy for next turn, but it's just going to be the pass over as another growing grass energy is attached and a boss's orders played onto the Dedenne. This handheld fan will activate, but which energy do you move?
It has to be the miss. If you remove the other miss and then knock out the Crustle, you're technically taking out three energies at that point, right?
But you move Mist Energy to the Kangaskhan, which I think you're more than happy to have as Rahul. He'll take that next Mist Energy as the prize card. Cerys does top deck Hilda, but it's only going to warrant a couple of cards in this spot.
And it's, again, heads up to Rahul to identifying the threat. It's that Dedenne. We can ignore the Alakazams. Our Alakazams can't hurt us here.
Really just digging through the deck for that Enhanced Hammer. It is still nowhere to be found. With one in the prize cards and no way to search it out, it just becomes that much more difficult to draw into it.
Yeah, luckily, Alakazam does have 140 HP, so it is essentially a two-shot to try, two attacks to take one prize card. That's a lot of time for Alakazam, who can like find all of these means to draw, even using, again, the special energy. Draw 4 cards plus the Dunsparce.
There's a lot to be drawn, Wancho. Absolutely correct. 4 cards, really looking to find Enhanced Hammer. Did already lose that to Dene, and there it is, that gold Enhanced Hammer. Little bit of a throwback, and that's all Cerys is really going to want to survive her game plan around. 4 cards drawn from the Enriching Energy, 3 more from this Dunsparce. One away draw. The question now becomes, as Cerys, how do you get back into Dedenne?
Yeah, I mean, we've seen her deck that it doesn't have that much switch options. There's no, there's no switch card to be played. There's no Wondrous Patch to accelerate energy. So she's gonna have to retreat the old-fashioned way, or once this Alakazam goes down, use the Dunsparce shuffled into the deck and then go into the Dene. I don't think she wants to bench it again here, because we've seen Rahul just really try and take a knockout on it immediately.
Yeah, and there goes the Dedenne back into the deck thanks to Sacred Ash. We'll shuffle it and a Dunsparce in.
Lucky there.
If Cerys wants to search this Pokemon out now or play it down the same turn as that electromagnetic sonar is being used.
Absolutely. Something of note as well, Cerys could try and do an infinite Dunsparce loop.
Yeah.
Where technically 120 damage isn't enough to knock out a Dunsparce. And once you have that damage, you shuffle back into the deck and go into another Dunsparce. Once, of course, all the boss's orders have been exhausted. It's something. But, ooh, wait. That's a big Enhanced Hammer.
Yeah, it does get rid of the growing energy. There are still 2 prized currently.
And the one on the Kangaskhan, this Crustle can no longer attack, Ethan.
Can no longer attack, and it becomes a liability because of that interesting note. If Cerys plays her cards correctly, she cannot deck out, using the Dunsparce over and over and over again to essentially do an infinite loop. You use a runaway draw, you evolve into a second one, you re-bench it, and you do not deck out. There's a few things that Rahul can do to stunt this plan. There's the 0-6 Machinations that forces Cerys to discard down to 3 cards in hand. That's one thing to play around. When Rahul plays that card, it will be important, but you can't just willy-nilly retreat off this Crustle because it eventually becomes a liability when you can indefinitely bring back Boss's Orders and Enhanced Hammer over and over again.
Oh, absolutely. I think with that, I think Cerys Jones might have this specific game in the bag.
I wouldn't say so right away, though. You never know what Cerys is thinking. Cerys doesn't have the information that those 2 growing energy are prized. You can't just give your opponent time and time to set up these Pokemon. Rahul does play 13 total energy. The big key will be, when does Boss's Orders get played, and when does this Dedenne use that Sonar attack?
Looks like Cerys is trying to go into it almost immediately, benching the Dedenne with the energy. Now all she needs is another attachment to be able to retreat to that Dedenne. Rahul trying to stop it, trying to slow it down with the Crushing Hammer. Unfortunately, it was a Tails.
Wonder what energy Rahul is looking for, choosing to not attach that Mist energy. There's no more growing energy left in the deck. There's spiky energy, but none of your opponent's Pokemon are damaging you.
Possibly wants any energy that can be thrown, right? Maybe he's gonna have to be forced to hard retreat the Crustle, almost.
Some point, that is gonna have to be the plan. Crushing Hammer flips Tails, action back on Cerys. And it looks like it's time for this little Dedenne to get involved, retreating into Dedenne, using the electromagnetic sonar, and will choose to almost certainly bring Enhanced Hammer back.
And this is it. This is an infinite loop now almost. As long as Rahul doesn't attack, Cerys Jones will take out an energy every single turn.
So choosing yet again to hold on to the missed energy. If Rahul wanted to, he could have taken a KO on Dedenne by manually retreating Crustal out of the active spot.
I'm sure he doesn't want to retreat 3 missed energy. Maybe he's looking for, yeah.
So getting a little bit greedy, but it pays off. Getting rid of spiky energy. 2 cards drawn from the Kangaskhan. Thanks to that run, Aaron, and the rapid fire combo will take KO, and this is a big prize. Does Rahul find it? He does find another energy in the growing energy from the prize cards.
That Kangaskhan right now has 400 HP. If Cerys wants to take this knockout, it's going to be, what, 20 cards in hand?
Yeah, but with there being no missed energy on this Kangaskhan, Cerys can actually choose to just take the KO with Powerful Hand this turn.
Again, depends on how many cards in hand. I'm trying to check.
It will almost certainly be a KO. There's double the Dunsparce on the bench. So there's the rare candy, Alakazam's Psychic Draw, filling the hand up even more. Needs 15 cards. Let's count through.
Well, the A-Spec is on the Kangaskhan. It has 400 HP,
That's
a little
true.
bit more than 15 cards.
We'll need to have a little bit more, 400 HP, so needs 20 cards in hand. Draw 3 from the Dunsparce. Get shuffled back into the deck. And that is the question for Cerys, promoting this Alakazam, basically saying, I want to get aggressive in this spot. The Lana's Aid brings back essentially +2 in the hand. So we'll play that to get back to Dene, the Psychic Energy, and another Pokemon. Oh, there's actually no target, so only +1 from the Lana's Aid.
10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. If I counted right, that's exact math, but let's be safe and draw 3 more.
Well, you still need to attach the energy card, so needs to use this to Dunsparce to allow this Pokemon to attack. So there goes the Dunsparce. Now Cerys could play another card from her hand. There's the energy card down, and all of a sudden, we're going to see Powerful Hand deal over 400 damage, benching the Dedenne potentially for safe measure, and leaving Rahul with a lone Crustal and no energy cards in play.
Ooh, and again, the miss energy had to be paid to retreat there. I believe there might be 1 or 2 left in the deck.
And there it is, Powerful Hand, powerful indeed, takes the KO, and Cerys does draw in to that Enhanced Hammer card.
And just like that, I don't think Rahul can't attach 2 missed energy.
He's gonna try and stall a turn out. Boss's orders onto the Dedenne.
His way to buy time.
Buy time. See Cerys with that Enhanced Hammer, plus the Dedenne can just take things slow yet again. Bring back resources from the discard pile and threaten attacks later on.
Yeah.
Can even bring back Lana's Aid from the hand. We'll have to see.
Yeah, it looks like it is just going to be attachment of the telepathic energy. Not going to grab anything else, but now the Dedenne exact spot he wants to be in the active, to try and get back more resources. There's another hammer.
Just going to play the Buddy Puffin to try and maybe put some more Pokemon into play, but it feels all for naught. There's the Team Rocket's Petrol. It is just going to be to try and take away all the energy cards. It's a Tails. Rahul Reddy will pick up his cards and go to game 2 as Cerys takes game number 1.
I did not expect this at all, Ethan. It's hammer time here at the Indianapolis Regional Championships. It's Enhanced Hammer versus Crushing Hammer. This is the world we live in now.
It's hammer time, Wancho. Whether you love it or not, it's absolutely here. We'll have the option to go first or second in game number 2. Rahul opting to go first.
Yeah, Cerys Jones, I know she can feel it. 1 more win, and she can call herself the Indianapolis Regional Champion. Let's go ahead and take a look at a quick replay now of that last match. Rahul almost felt like he was going to run away with it.
Yeah.
He attacked first.
Cerys just did not have anything going on early on, but that top deck into the Dunsparce opened up all of the pieces and left Rahul swinging without a missed energy. You cannot do that even with that Hero's Cape. Alakazam can hit ridiculous numbers of cards in hand. and it was just too much pressure as Cerys ran away with the first game.
And Cerys just correctly identifying that the energy to remove and the energy to move with the handheld fan just had to be the growing grass energy. And with 2 pries from Rahul, that Crustle was just stuck in the active, just sitting there, yes, protected by the 2 missed energies, but without putting any pressure, it basically does nothing.
We'll opt in to go first in game number 2. We'll see the prize cards again, looking for Dedenne, Enhanced Hammer, anything to offset this disruptive pressure that Cerys can put on. It is the Kangaskhan start and the pass of the turn. What is Cerys sitting on? Not much, it looks like. There is the Pokepad.
Always a sign of weakness when your Pokemon search isn't quite the buddy poffin. That means, man, Pokepad is just so powerful to get those mid-stage evolutions. Looking at the prize cards though, nothing too big for either player. Yeah, what we're looking for are hammers.
Yeah, no Dedenne, no hammer. Immediately Abra found. There is
energy.
A Hilda in the hand, but that will change. Can grab that telepathic psychic energy as well as a evolution Pokemon, most likely either the Alakazam or Kadabra.
I take back everything I said about signs of weakness. You just needed 1 psychic Pokemon and then this energy, and suddenly now your board is looking fine.
There we go, telepathic psychic energy. Most likely see a few Abra come down into play. It is actually going to be the Dedenne, so bit of an interesting choice. You know, some people would say, oh, grab Dedenne and then put the energy on it to grab the 2 Abra out, but values the early game pressure that Alakazam can have on if Rahul misses something like the missed energy.
Yeah, and we've seen Rahul really just try and target down to Dedenne anyway. Maybe this is a way to, not lose everything if the Dedenne goes down. Hey, yeah, you take down the Dedenne, I still have an Abra with an energy potentially to do some damage.
It looks like we are going solo Kangaskhan mode. Any other pieces? Using that run errand ability first.
There's a Petrol is going to be able to find any trainer card. Could find a supporter. It's going to be the Cape. He's now Super Kangaskhan.
Super Kangaskhan indeed. We'll boost the HP up to 400.
I mean,
Spiky Energy number 2 and the pass of the turn back over to Cerys. Has Rare Candy Alakazam. So he can draw 3 cards, needs a little bit of help. Kadabra will be that help indeed, as well as a Buddy Poffin. Great 3 cards for Cerys.
If she can reach 20 cards this turn, I'd be so amazed.
It feels like a lot, Wancho, and I would like this finals to last a little bit longer than just a couple turns in game 2.
Again, the Kangaskhan just making its mark here at the Indianapolis Regional Championships. Again, just a real superhero right now with that cape, because aren't all moms superheroes?
True, absolutely. This Elgin in the active really not doing much. Will be the Dawn as a supporter for choice, so getting even more of these evolution Pokemon into play, 1 of each stage. Will be the Alakazam, the Dunsparce. Last Pokemon of choice will be Abra. All going to the hand, deck being shuffled.
Board here
Pass the
looking.
turnover. Needs to find Mist Energy, and does with the Hilda. That's a huge find. Crushing Hammer 2. Another Tails for Rahul. Really just cannot catch a break on those hammers.
Hilda here is going to be able to find that Mist Energy. Now this Kangaskhan is extra protected. Cerys needs 20 cards, an energy attached for turn to retreat, and a hammer.
Yeah.
That's a lot. That's literally 1/3 of the deck and more.
A lot of the deck. Yeah, don't have to put that Mist Energy down. We will just see a pass of the turn, so leaving this Elgin in the active. Cerys can draw a lot, so we'll see the 3 cards drawn from that Psychic Draw ability. There's the Dunsparce number 1. 3 more cards to the hand. Is there something like Hilda to find energy cards?
I saw
like
the Enriching Energy.
Okay, we have Enriching Energy, counting the hand. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, it seems like at this point. With the Dunsparce, that's +2, 16, 20. We might be close. There's no supporter that's been played yet, and we are still missing the Enhanced Hammer. So let's see everything play out here for Cerys. Here we go to Dunsparce number 2. Do we see Enhanced Hammer? That's a Rare Candy.
So many cards in hand. I don't think I can spot it. That is a Rare Candy.
6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17
17
cards currently. But do you want to commit this enriching energy on the chance that you find Enhanced Hammer?
Yeah.
17, but then you play one, so it goes to 16, then 20. So even if you find it, you'd have to have a supporter card as well to build the hand up. But we're going to play this. 4 cards.
2.
No Enhanced Hammer
4.
just yet. There's Hilda. That's not going to cut it.
No, it's not quite there yet. So close, but there's no pressure yet, right?
No attacking pressure. Rahul choosing to not knock out the Elgem on the turn before.
So just taking this time, maybe reestablish the board to the Buddy Pop, and once again finding 2 Dunsparce.
Can just use this Hilda this turn to thin the deck out even more. Find a Psychic Energy as well as a Dunsparce. Again, we have not seen a supporter card be played yet. So just really taking her time, thinking about what is the best way to approach what is a pretty favorable position, 1 game away from becoming a regional champion.
Fan on the Dene once again, but if there's no bench Pokemon to move the energy to, it just stays there. Rahul here, I'm sure, is looking for another missed energy to just really protect this Kangaskhan.
Yeah, gonna see 8 cards, purposely not knocking out this Pokemon to see as many cards as possible. Here we go, big 8 cards for Rahul. No missed energy, 2 cards from that ability. Does find the missed energy.
Question is, do we start swinging? Maybe just another pass here? Yeah.
He just wants to try and target Dedenne down as much as possible, I believe. There's to Dunsparce.
So now Cerys has to draw both Enhanced Hammers here.
That's right, that's number 1. That's number 2!
Oh!
I believe Cerys does have the game. Double Enhanced Hammer. Cerys Jones takes it down and becomes a regional champion.
Wham, bam, punch! Enhanced Hammer brings Cerys Jones just to the pinnacle of the Pokemon trading card game. Absolutely huge. Again, her first regional championship win. The energy is livid, and you can see the joy in her face. This is amazing.
Absolutely monumental achievement. Congratulations to Cerys. After 2 top 4 placements, finally breaks through, gets to the finals, takes down an excellent and seasoned player in Rahul Reddy, and becomes your Indianapolis regional champion.
Whew. What a game, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go ahead and take a quick replay. Let's see what happened there. But yeah, again, Rahul Reddy tried his best. Had the 2 missed energies onto the Crustle once again. Exerted pressure very early in game 1, but it's the perfect removal of the energies from Cerys Jones' side. Bought her enough time to run away with that game.
Yeah, just too many threats on her board. The Dedenne to provide disruption. Alakazam can always take 1-hit KOs. It totally depends on the situation, but was able to respond in kind. In the second game, it was double missed energy on the Kangaskhan, but it was not enough as the Dunsparce drew into the perfect 2 cards, both Enhanced Hammer that were missing, to allow both missed energy to be removed. Alakazam to use its powerful hand to take down Kangaskhan, and Cerys Jones becomes your final regional champion of the 2026 season.
Absolutely amazing. Double Enhanced Hammer off that to Dunsparce. Here are the final standings now here. The top 8 at Indianapolis. Again, Cerys, Rahul, Kira, Justin, Alex, Andrew, Noah, and Matthew. You guys have done absolutely amazing. And Ethan, just look at that. Look at all those dragons. 6 out of the top 8 decks are Dragapult EX. However, there is no Dragapult in the finals here at Indianapolis.
Cerys, the Dragapult Slayer this weekend. We'll take a look at the other decks that came out of phase number 2 as we break down the phase 2 meta for the Pokemon TCG event here in Indianapolis. It was Dragapult's day, but not all the way at the end. You see Cerys, one of those 16 Dunsparce Alakazam pilots, making it all the way to become a regional champion.
Honestly, I feel like her deck should be separated from the other 16. It was truly the Alakazam control. Dedenne should sit that spot next to that Alakazam, because that deck, it feels like so different from traditional Alakazam lists, especially with the Stadium and the Elgem. So cool.
It was an absolutely excellent meta call for the event. Speaking of calls for the event, we'll circle back on how our caster predictions handled out for the weekend. Any Alakazam fans? Not quite, but to Dunsparce from Jeremy is part of like 5 different decks, so I'll give Jeremy like a half point for that one, to be honest. But it looks like Dragapult almost across the board for everyone.
Yeah, and yeah, we're all wrong then. We're all completely wrong. Again, no one, a crushing hammer, but it should be enhanced hammer, I suppose, from Mick. Yeah, caster predictions not going the way we thought it would be, but that's exactly how I like it. That means this event was so unexpected.
Another event in the books as we look back on the schedule of our regional championships. Indianapolis will be grayed out, and it will leave us on the NA side of things with 2 events left. The North American International Championships and the Pokemon World Championships. But these next 2 weeks, ladies and gentlemen, are filled with Pokemon TCG action, including next weekend in Europe at the Turin Regional Championships. This is going to be the final regional championships of the year taking place in Europe. You're going to want to make sure you tune into that Turin Regional Championships and be ready for some more intense Pokemon TCG action.
Yeah, it's not just the competitions we have in the Pokemon community, though. Definitely check out Pokemon Go Fest. It's going to be in Chicago, June 7th. And then very close, a lot of Pokemon things are happening all over the world. I know for that Chicago even has that new Pokemon display that we have to check out. Very fun things are happening in the Pokemon world.
And here are the details for that Turin Regional Championships. One final event in this format before Chaos Rising hits the field for the North American International Championships. Tune into that. And of course, the aforementioned biggest event of the year happening in NOLA, the North American International Championships, taking place June 12th to 14th. All of that action will be at Pokemon.com/broadcasts.
I cannot wait for NAIC. Again, ladies and gentlemen, it's bringing it back to this event. Once again, our champion, Cerys Jones, and our finalist, Rahul, Reddy. 2 amazing players piloting some of the most fun decks I've seen. I mean, Alakazam control. Never mind, I don't think I can say most fun decks I've seen. Russell.
That is true. Look, Wancho, fun is described and interpreted however you want it. And speaking of which, I had an absolute blast with you on the desk this weekend. What an absolute treat this event was. One last regional championship, ending it out with a bang as we get ready to crown our finalists at Indianapolis. But before we do, we'll have to make sure we recognize our junior and senior division finalists, which Adam Skarzik-Watson helped us recap.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the floor of the Indianapolis Regional Championships. If you look behind me, we've got our junior finals underway. We've got Charles and Clayton in a Raging Bolt mirror match. I spoke with both players. They said that they were both very grateful to their families for helping them practice and get this far, but it is Clayton who is a bit more of a veteran on the Raging Bolt deck, but Charles is a bit more experienced in the pressure of being in the finals. So we'll have to see which Raging Bolt player will come out on top. Hello, everyone. It was Clayton who came out on top here in Indianapolis. How are you feeling, Clayton?
I'm feeling really great. It feels really good because I've worked really hard for it.
It sounds like it's been a really long weekend. Do you have any people that you want to thank?
I want to thank my parents for supporting me all this way and driving me. I want to thank my locals for helping me test with my new deck. And specifically, I want to shout out to my coach, Billy Chan, for helping me set up my deck so that I could beat certain of my matchups, like Festival Lead, that I could struggle against.
And it all paid off. You had a lot of people helping you out. And now that you've won, what plans do you have now?
Just to keep having fun and enjoy the game.
And this is certainly a great start to that. Thank you for your time and congratulations once again. But we still have to see what happened in the senior division. Hello once again, everyone. The Indianapolis Seniors Finals is underway just behind me. We had Omar versus Jones Now, Jones is on Lucario and Omar is on Dragapult, one of the top decks in the metagame. We'll have to see if Lucario can stand up to it. Some players think it's great. Some people think that it's not as good as it seems, but we'll see how this match plays out soon. And I'm here with Jones, our Indianapolis senior champion. How are you feeling, my friend?
I'm not processing it quite yet, but I feel pretty good, for sure.
This is very new and it's a lot to take in, but you did very well with Lucario, I'm told. What put you on that deck in the first place?
I've been playing it for quite a few months, and I found out it has really good matchups across the field, especially against Dragapult and a lot of the decks that are supposed to beat Dragapult as well.
And so your experience with this tournament is the Dragapult matchup ended up being pretty easy, or was it still a hard-won victory?
I dropped a couple games against Dragapult, but like in sets, but I won all the games. So I think it was pretty easy.
I'm glad that you found a deck that worked out so well for you. Can I get any shout outs to anybody who helped you practice with this list?
I definitely have to shout out my dad because he's been there this whole way and, you know, he's always supported me, but yeah.
And now that you've taken down the Indianapolis Regional, what are your plans for the future?
Going to Worlds, I'm either bringing Lucario or something spicy, so we'll see.
Still a lot under consideration before the World Championship rolls around, but you'll be joining everyone that we've crowned this weekend here in Indianapolis. Congratulations to you once more, Jones.
Thank you.
And now on the big stage, it's your Masters finalists and Masters champions here in Indianapolis. So let's welcome to the stage, Rahul, Reddy. Congratulations. How you feeling right now on the stage?
Honestly, ecstatic. Didn't expect to be here. Showed up, wanted a 3-3 drop, hang out with the boys weekend, but I hung out with the match table a lot, and my games went to 50 minutes quite a bit.
The Crustle certainly had different plans for you, Rahul, and now you're here. Congratulations on your finalist finish here in Indianapolis, and now you can go celebrate.
Cool.
But now it's time for you to bring the house down. One big round of applause for your Indianapolis, Indianapolis champion, Cerys Jones. So sorry about that, folks. This will be our third time speaking, and I'm losing my voice. Hopefully you've got a little bit left in you, Cerys, to give your thoughts and how you're feeling here on the big stage.
Yeah, I mean, it's just surreal. I really don't know what to say. I, for so many years, have just been dreaming of winning such a huge major event like this, and finally got there, so it just feels incredible.
A dream fulfilled, a lot of hard work, culminating here on the stage in Indianapolis. And I'm so happy that we're all here to celebrate along with you. Let's give her one more round of applause, folks. And now go and celebrate, Cerys. Congratulations once again. But that is going to be it from us, folks. It has been a long weekend and a long season, but we still have even more Pokemon events coming up, so make sure you're following our social media channels, following all of our broadcasts. Don't miss any of the action, and we'll see you next time.
I'm hyped up. We're here in phase 2.
This game is over though. Cerys off of the unfair stamp finds Hilda, which will find the Dunsparce.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Yeah. The turn you break that out, I'm like, I'm coming for you too, buddy.
Rahul, Reddy, moving on to the finals.
That's number 2. I believe Cerys does have the game. Double enhanced hammer. Cerys Jones.
Absolutely huge. Again, her first regional championship win.